Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friends. I cannot hide it from you that we meet in dark days for our party, and I have never known us to be down at 17 points in the polls. I've never known a national election when our wonderful Conservative Party should get 9%. And we all know roughly what has gone wrong. It's two other parties, Brexit Party and the Lib Dems, sprouting like puffballs and feeding saprophytically on the decay of the two main parties because of our failure to get on and deliver the mandate of the people. And yet I say to you this afternoon in Birmingham that the hour is darkest before dawn. And I'm here to tell you in all confidence that we can turn this thing round and we can go on to defeat Jeremy Corbyn. And the first thing we need to do, you know what it is? We need to get Brexit done. And as someone who campaigned for Brexit, who believes in Brexit, someone who has meditated deeply on the opportunities that Brexit could bring our country, I am the right man to unleash now on that project. And in fact, there is a pretty broad consensus, as you saw in the recent, slightly cacophonous BBC debate, about how to do it. You disaggregate the elements of the otherwise defunct withdrawal agreement. You take the protections for the 3.2 million European Union nationals in our country, you put them into law, you reserve the payment of the 39 billion. Creative ambiguity needed there, I think, until the solution. And then, of course, you solve the problems of free movement of goods across the Irish, Northern Irish and other borders to where they logically belong. And that is in the context of the free trade agreement that we will negotiate in the implementation period after we have come out on October the 31st. And, of course, there will be those who say, it will be all very difficult, and Brussels will say no, and rien ne va plus. And all I can say is I am utterly convinced that with the right energy and the right commitment, common sense will prevail. But just in case it does not, we must prepare to come out anyway. And we must be able to come out on WTO terms so that for the first time in these negotiations, we carry conviction. And it's precisely because we will be preparing between now and October the 31st for a no-deal Brexit that we will get the deal we need. And if we can get this done and get it over the line, then we will pitchfork this incubus off our backs, we will end the sense of drift and indecision, and we will be able to get on with a fantastic modern conservative agenda. And if I could sum up in one sentence my ambition for this country, it is to unite our country, unite our society, and to bring the whole of the UK together in the way that we were able to do in London. Because when I became elected 11 years ago, they talked of a tale of two cities in London. We had 4 of the 6 poorest boroughs in the whole of the UK. Well, I can tell you after 2 terms, 8 years, at the end of my time as mayor, we had none of the poorest 20 boroughs anywhere in the UK, in London. Society came together, and how did we do it? We did it by fantastic investments in infrastructure to help people on modest incomes get to their place of work. We got crime down to about 20%, we got the murder rate down by 50%, and of course we championed the resurgence of education in London. And now is the time to apply that formula. Education, investment in infrastructure, use of technology to bring our whole country together. Because too many people, look at that Brexit vote, too many people feel left behind by the incredible success of this country. And our ambition must be now to bring Britain, bring the whole of the UK together, uniting all 4 nations, the awesome, foursome, and uniting society. And you do it first with increased education funding, and I want to level up across the country. I want to see fantastic infrastructure, and I would like to be the Prime Minister who helps Andy Street to do here in the West Midlands with his fantastic plans for metro rail connectivity, what we were able to do with Crossrail and the tube upgrades in London. We should be pushing forward broadband across the whole country, and that is the way. far quicker than the current programme, and that is the way to create the platform for business to grow and invest. And we know that this incredible UK economy soars as it does, like an eagle, because it has two wings: a dynamic free market enterprise culture and fantastic public services, each giant wing propelling the other. And Jeremy Corbyn just simply does not understand that. It's not just that he's a Hamas-supporting, anti-Semitism condoning apologist for Moscow. You continue with all the compound adjectives that you're familiar with. He would whack up taxes: corporation tax, financial transaction tax, inheritance tax, income tax up to 50%, all to pay for his deranged £300 billion programme of renationalisation. And he and John McDonnell would pluck by taxation so many feathers from the wealth-creating wing that the whole UK economy would go into a death spiral. So let's keep Corbyn out. Let's keep McDonnell's plucking fingers away from this country. And let's take Britain forward. Let's take Britain forward and all the incredible range of businesses and industries in which we lead the world. We are here in the birthplace not just of the Industrial Revolution, the first Industrial Revolution. The incredible thing is that Birmingham and the West Midlands are today still the home of revolutions in new technology that will not only cut CO2, the battery technology that's being pioneered in this area, not only cut CO2, but create tens of thousands of jobs this year and in the future. What we need to discover now, my friends, is a new confidence in our country. We need to revitalise our party. We need to unite and defeat Jeremy Corbyn, and I believe we can do it. And in case I have failed to make this point earlier on in these remarks, and seeing as I have 32 seconds left, let me remind you that the last time I had to face an emanation of the London Labour left, considerably more fertile and ingenious than Jeremy Corbyn, I was able to defeat him when we Conservatives were 17 points behind Labour in London. We did it then, we can do it again. We can and we must. And I believe that if I'm allowed to succeed in this contest, with your help, we will. And I hope I can count on your support. Thank you very much. Thank you.